eBay's pulling the wool over most of our eyes, and I think many of us are just simply falling for it. So I want to talk to you about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And I'm out here. I had a choice of going in my air-conditioned office or coming out here in the 105-degree garage. I think it's about right, 105 degrees. Making the video about 9:30 p.m. Saturday night. And I'm coming out here in the hot garage because I'm kind of hot. I'm kind of ticked off. Well, not really. I'm not all that mad. But I think that this is a big issue. I think no one's talking about it. I think there's a problem, and I'm literally, eBay's lying to us right in front of our faces. And you know, I mentioned this on the live stream. I kind of opened up the live stream with it, but I was surprised that not many people had much to say about it. It's almost like we've accepted that eBay is just going to blow smoke up our butt. I could say something else, but I'm not going to. It's maddening, guys. And you know, what I'm talking about is this: promoted listings. Okay, we all know it's a shell game where they're just trying to find ways to be creative to get more money. And there's no exception with this dynamic listing deal, where you can set your listings so that you meet the suggested promoted listing rate as it goes up. You know, it goes up and down. eBay claims it goes up and down. I've seen it go up and down before, but never have I seen the rates go up and up and up like they have been over the last month. And you know, I'm looking through, I was working on some drafts this evening, and of the 15 drafts that I put together, I think only like 3 were under the recommended rate, was under 10%, and most were like 12% or more. Guys, there's something wrong, okay? And I think the misconception out there is there's a lot of people that believe that the promoted listing rates are driven because people are just jacking up their rates. So what eBay is doing is they're taking a sort of an average rate, but that's not possible, because if most of you guys are hanging out at 2%, if some of you are hanging out at 3 or 4%, maybe 5%, and the suggested rates are over 10%, that means that there's a large population of sellers that are trying to sell their stuff using 15, 20, 25%. I'm not buying that, guys. Now, if we go into what eBay says about this, eBay says, here's how fees work. You choose an ad rate between 2% and 100% of the item's total sale amount. Now, let's analyze that statement for a second. You, as a seller, can choose between 2% and 100% to promote your listings. Now, how ridiculous is that? I am the only idiot that has ever tried, well, maybe not, but I only tried it for a video. It doesn't make sense to try to promote your listing at 100%, guys. Let's take that out of the equation. There's no one here that is that dumb. Because what that means is, if you promote it 100% and you sell an item, well, guess what? Let's say you sell an item for $100. Well, you are paying 100% of fees on that $100. Okay, so you're paying, and that's your promoted rate. You're paying $100. Then you're paying what, 13.25% fees for your final value fee. Then you're paying. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention that $100. If you have shipping involved in that, you're paying 100% of whatever you're charging the buyer to ship the item. You got to pay eBay. And let's not forget about the sales tax. So if they're paying 8 point whatever percent in sales tax, you're on the hook for that too. So who in their right mind would promote at 100%? Really, eBay? Do you really think we're gonna just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I got bills to pay, I got things I want to do with this money, but you know what, I'm in a giving mood. I'm going to just put 100% promoted listings because I want to sell my items that bad. I'm willing to not only sell my items and give them away, but I'm willing to pay eBay extra over and above what what I earn from the sale. I mean, it's maddening, and I know I'm going on and on about something that just most people, 99.99% of the people, would never do. But just the fact that it's an option just kind of irritates me. Now, with that said, going on to what we were talking about here, it says you choose the ad rate between 2 and 100% of the total sale amount. The higher the ad rate, the higher the possibility of ad placement leading to increased visibility. And that's what they tell you, and I believe there's something to that, to an extent. I mean, really, I've had some great sales maxing out at 10%. And lately, my newest listings have been just that, maxing out at 10%. That's the line I've drawn. Now, I want to go on to this next line, and I'll show it to you here. It says dynamic ad rates are aligned with the daily suggested ad rate, which is calculated based on a variety of factors such as item attributes. So, wait, now hold on real quick. You're telling me that item attributes are going to change? So if I have an iPhone, it's constantly changing. If I have something that I have for sale, it's going to stay the same. There's nothing changing about this item that would cause the rates to go up or down. So item attributes should not even be listed. That's a ridiculous thing to say. Seasonality. Let me tell you something here. Guys, you guys know I sell things like toilet seats. I've never had as high rates as I do now. I think seasonality for some items, but not every item I'm trying to list should be over 10%. So that can't be it. How about the next one, past performance? Well, I get that, but you know what? eBay's losing buyers on the platform. They're losing sales year over year. So it ain't like things are getting hotter on eBay, okay? So, I mean, that can't be it. And the last one, it says, and current competition for each of your listings. Well, that makes sense. You're going to try to throw the sellers under the bus here and make the other sellers think that that's why the rates are getting driven up. And that's not the case, guys. It's not. eBay is artificially driving up these rates. Okay, how else are they going to get more money out of you and I? The purpose of this video isn't for me to come out here in the 105-degree garage just so I can bitch about it. It's not that at all. It's not the point. The point is to create awareness. Every video that I create is designed to help people kind of be in tune with what's going on with eBay. Okay, now we sit back here, we tolerate the glitches, no explanation, we just deal with it. Okay, and instead of complaining about it and calling eBay, we just try to figure out what it is and how to work around it. That's what this community is for. Here we have eBay blowing smoke up our butt, telling us here are all the reasons why we have to keep jacking up the suggested rates. And how many of us are falling for it? And until I did some research on it to figure out what's causing these rates to go up, I was kind of falling for it. So look, guys, I made a video. I'll put it up here somewhere. And I didn't get a whole lot of views on that, and that's fine. I'm not sure I would have watched it myself if I didn't know what was going on or what the title of the video was about. You know, I didn't really quite understand until I made that video as to what was going on. But we're being wamboozled. Is it bamboozled? Wamboozled, okay? And I think that it's time that we just create awareness. And I think each and every one of you guys need to draw a line. And I think I've made a couple videos kind of asking you guys, where are you at? What is your line here? I think we need to take a hard stance. Mine is 10. I ain't going over 10%. And the only reason why I'm even that high is because I'm really buying at such a low cost as compared to what I'm selling it for, that I have room to do that. But I'm not going any higher than 10. I just think it's just quite ridiculous that we have to race to, it's kind of a different race to the bottom, because you're driving your profits down. Okay, so you might be able to bring your prices up a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're not as competitive as you were if you do that. Especially if you're dealing with buyers who are looking to sort their search by lowest price plus shipping. So the higher you jack up your prices to adjust for the higher promoted listing rates, well, the lower you're going to fall in that particular search. And you got to hope that the buyer isn't in tune with what the market is for that item, because even if you come up the highest spot on a best match search, if they know what that item's worth, they're going to skip right past your listing. So I guess as sellers, each and every one of us have to figure out, A, if we're going to play the promoted listings game, and B, if we are, how far we're going to go with it. But I just don't want you guys to think that that suggested rate that eBay is showing you happens to do much with what other sellers are doing. Yes, sellers are bringing the rates up higher and higher every day, but I think eBay is very, very good at manipulating you guys and myself in showing you here's what the suggested rate is when there's really no basis for it. Okay, it's just what they want. They want more money. Okay, without coming out and saying it, they're just putting their hand out and saying, guys, this is what you should be promoting at. And there's really no basis behind it. I'm making great sales at a 10% cap, guys. Okay, and there's no reason why you have to be above 10%. There really isn't, because we're already paying an additional, what, in some categories, 13.25% final value fees. So when it's all said and done, even at 10%, you're close to 24% in fees by the time it's all said and done, and you're getting hit on fees on the shipping and the taxes that the buyer's paying. So this is, I think, collectively where the community comes together and just says, okay, we're aware of it. We know there is no scientific reason behind it. We know that these rates aren't being driven up solely by the buyer. And the bogus reasons, we know these rates aren't being driven up solely by the seller. And these bogus reasons they're giving us make no sense whatsoever, okay? I'm willing to bet that many of you guys sell Christmas decorations and things that are seasonal. And I'm willing to bet that if you look at some of those items right now, those promoted rates are higher than they were, say, a month ago. But why? It wasn't seasonal then. It wasn't seasonal. It's not seasonal now. So that can't be it. So I'm not going to rehash everything that they say here about it. You can rewind the video if you want to do that. But just know that eBay is putting one over all of us. At least they're trying to. And if channels like this don't come forward, and I hope there's more that will, to say enough is enough, eBay, be transparent with us. I mean, isn't that too much to expect? I guess with this company it is, but this is the way it is, guys. They don't communicate with us when things happen that are important, and they lie to us in our face, in writing, okay, when they want more money from us. So I want to know what you guys think down below, guys. I really do. This is not me complaining, because I'm way past complaining at this point. I've accepted, and I've told anybody who's watched this channel knows that I've accepted eBay, their incompetence, and now we're learning to accept their dishonesty. And you know what? I'm willing to deal with it. I'm willing to keep making money. As long as the money is green, as long as the money keeps hitting my account every week, as long as the sales still come in due to traffic that they provide, then I'm going to stay on the site, and they can keep lying right to my face, because you know what? I'm going to figure it out with the help of you guys, other channels, because I think as a community we're much smarter than this, and I think eBay has sort of underestimated who we are as sellers. These kind of things that happen are just another sign of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you very soon.